Let me get comfortable. This is going to be a long chat. Hi, my name is the London Loctician. My real name is Sasha, and welcome to my channel. I never thought I'd be saying that. I didn't think I'd be making YouTube videos, but I thought, you know what, maybe I can help someone out there. Some of my information that I give you today might be beneficial to you. So I just want to say today is my 1 year lock anniversary. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. So I've been locked for 1 year, and let me give you a little bit of background. So I've been natural since 2006. I've had all sorts. I've had my hair long, short, used to rock an afro, had a tapered cut, and I decided a few years ago I wanted to lock my hair. So I went and did some research. I decided to install them myself. So this time last year, I had just finished a 7 days long installation process of doing my own locks. I learned a lot along the way, a lot of what to do and what not to do. So yeah, here we are a year later, and I'm loving it. It's thriving, it's looking good, and I'm just enjoying my journey. So what I wanted to share with you today was, so I've got a notebook here. It's my 1 year. What have I learnt? So there's a few things that I've learnt. I'm going to start with trusting the process. So trust the process. You know, your hair might not be looking the very best at the moment, you know, a bit straggly, or it might be a bit frizzy. Like for me, it was like frizz central. I've struggled with that during my journey, but I'm coming to the point where I'm learning to embrace the frizz and learn to love the frizz. Frizz gives extra volume. So I'm kind of just, you know, it's a day-by-day process. So you just have to just trust that it's going to work. All those women and men that are inspiration to you out there, you see their hair from day 1 to year 4, and you're like, oh my God, I want those. Just trust the process that at year 4, that is going to be you. But until then, you just have to just believe, you know, manifest that you're going to have the most beautiful, luscious, strong, amazing locks. Another one that has been integral to my journey is braiding and banding. Please, please, please don't be lazy. It literally takes 5 minutes. Just braid and band your hair. It really helps your hair to mature quicker and not revert. My hairline would tend to kind of slip and come out in my first few months, even if I was braiding and banding, because it was so short, it would come out of the plaits, and then I had to keep redoing them. And it took about 6 months or so for that to stop. Once, I think about 3 months ago, I thought, you know what, my hair's maturing, let me try and wash it. And I washed it, and do you know what, it was a very nice experience, I'm not gonna lie, because it was long because it was wet. So I was like, oh, you know, flicking it around. But that month was the first time I saw bunching, and I'm pretty sure it's to do with that one washing session, because the ends of my hair are still really loose. So you can probably see, you can see where the hair's kind of locked till about here, and the rest of it is just loose in my natural curl pattern. So I think the fact that I kind of washed it loosely is one of the reasons why I've experienced bunching. So I think I will be braiding and banding. I'm a strong believer of braiding and banding, at least until I feel like my hair is properly mature, because I don't want to experience any more issues that are easily avoidable. So what I tend to do is 6 to 8 plaits in the hair or braids. And I, now my hair's a bit longer, I'll just plait them all the way to the end. I don't bother to put a rubber band around it, because I find that it kind of gets tangled on my hair. So I just kind of plait it all the way down, because, you know, they're, you know, not super tight, but because, you know, it's a plait, they tend to stay in. I leave my roots as loose as I can. So say I might take like this amount, you know, plait will start from like here all the way down. So then I can really get my fingers in and scrub. And then, yeah, in the shower, quick wash, super easy, super quick, and then you can leave them like that and let them dry overnight, and then you've got a braid out style. Or what I tend to do is I'll semi-dry it, and then when it's damp, I'll undo the plaits and then I'll redo them tighter to the root so that I get a better braid out. And that's kind of how I rock it. This is about a week old braid out, so yeah, there's no more waves at the top, and like it's been raining and stuff here, so my hair has just kind of gone back to its natural kind of frizzy-ish, curly-ish state. But I like it, it gives extra volume, so you know, I'm enjoying my curls. Another thing that I'll probably say is, that's like an addition to that, is every day is a good hair day. Like, I wake up and, you know, sometimes my hair's like, you know, like this, stuck to my head, or usually like, because I can't, when I go to bed, I tend to just push it all the way back like that, and I put my headscarf on and like tuck it in. So in the morning, you can imagine, like, I wake up and I just look like, I don't know, I look a mess. So, you know, literally find my parting again, or whatever parting I decide to have for the day, fluff it out, do this, a little bit of a shake. I tend to do that, bit of a shake. And yeah, it's back. And before I brushed my teeth, before I showered, my hair looks good. Before I put makeup on, like, my hair looks good. So that's one thing I'm loving about it. I just try and see the whole journey as a positive. You know, as I said, there's been times when I do get a lot of frizz, especially like as the locks are trying to mature. I'll get like a little halo of frizz around the locks, but you know, I all see it as extra volume. I do my little edge control around here. It's the end of the day now, so it's probably not looking the best, but I try and do my little edge control to make it kind of look neat. Or if I have it in an updo, I'll put a little edge control. But I mean, when I was a loose natural, I would have braids out and twist outs and wash and goes, but like the edges would be slick. If I had a bun, the hair would be slick. If I had, you know, a ponytail, like the hair would be slick. There wouldn't be a hair out of place. So now it's very different, but I'm embracing it and I'm really enjoying it. The fact that I can just get up and shake and go. So that's an amazing thing. What else is there? So I have a couple that I feel are kind of together, so I'm just going to read them out. So one of them is maintenance is key. One of them is don't rely on just your loctician, like educate yourself. And then the other one is no one is going to look after your hair or care about your hair as much as you do. So I think they're kind of all together. So let's start with the maintenance. For me, it's really important to find your sweet spot. Some people have slow growing hair, some people have faster growing hair. Mine's kind of medium, so 5 to 6 weeks is the like sweet spot for me. If I retie my hair within that time, I don't have any issues. I have very minimal like hair marrying, and marrying is when, you know, 2 locks will start to grow together. Any longer than that, and we're into trouble. I retie my hair myself, so I've maintained my hair, I would say 75% myself. I've gone to locticians a few times, but I always kind of revert back to doing it myself. And I always do it in the same pattern, so the front will not look so neat. Like at the moment, I think I'm 4 weeks in, so the grid is starting to disappear. So I've got about another 2 weeks before I will retighten it. So I'll do the perimeter, then I'll do the back, and then like the middle just gets left because no one can see it, and I'm busy and things are happening. And one time I left it for 9 weeks, and it was literally a nightmare to try and retie. So I found in the middle, like it was all married together. I had to literally have the mirror behind and try and redo the partings. And I found that when I was retightening the hair, the only way I can describe it is the root would end up being tight. So the root would end up being tight, and then I'd end up having this little puffy bit of hair right underneath the root, because I suppose I had left so much hair out, it ended up. And I suppose as it grows, the top of the lock will loosen. So then the hairs, and I've always been that kind of person. I have all these little new hairs that grow. So I've always got like a little halo of frizz, unless I use gel. And I found that they just wouldn't go into the lock. So it just looked even messier. I wouldn't advise to do that. Just if you're getting your hair done by a loctician, you're in the salon, you're getting it done now. As soon as you finish, you just rebook in the next 5 weeks, and you do in the next 6 weeks, and it's in. You don't have to worry about it. Because I know that locticians can get really booked up. So just make sure that you're kind of keeping your reties. Also, just maintenance. Make sure you are keeping your hair hydrated, your scalp. I spritz my scalp with like a water spray and with some essential oils in it. I do that a couple of times a week, so it will keep it nice and hydrated. I gym, like I'm gymming quite a lot at the moment because I'm getting married in 7 months. So so cheesy. I'm trying to, get the body as snatched as I can in that short period of time. Just make sure you're getting some water into your hair. So, maybe spritzing once a week or a couple of times a week. It's important. You can't just wake up and go and just expect that, it's done and it's going to stay like that, because it doesn't. As much as it's a low maintenance hairstyle, it's still, the steps that it does need are really important to keep it looking how you want it to look. So that would be my advice there. So that brings us on to, not relying on a loctician. So say, example, you haven't booked your loctician appointment and they're not available. What you're going to do? You're just going to leave it for another 8 weeks until you can be seen. You need to at least know the basics of how to retighten your hair. It might not be to the standard you would like compared to your loctician, but at least the integrity of your hair will remain, rather than letting it, the longer you leave it to grow out, then the harder it is to, the more tangled it gets, the more detangling you have to do within the grid, which means that you're weakening the lock. So you're snapping hairs, and each hair you snap is one hair less in a lock. So you need to kind of think about that ahead. So just get a very basic tool, Amazon, Etsy, eBay. Just practice on the front ones where you can see, and then just get a mirror that you can have behind you, and then just learn, because fingers crossed that we don't ever go back into a pandemic. But if we did, you've got your nice locks and you're locked down for 6 months. Are you going to be looking like you've got, a big bush on your head with the little stringy locks coming out? So it's important to be able to educate yourself, empower yourself that you can do it yourself if you need to. I prefer to do it myself. If I make more videos, I'll go into that in a bit more detail, but I prefer to do it myself because I know what my hair means to me. I know how I want it to look, and I know how thorough I am. So that's why I prefer doing my own hair. So that goes on to the second one, which is the last one, which is no one is going to look after your hair in the way that you do. Locticians, they are godsends. They can do your hair fast, they can do your hair, precision. But at the end of the day, they're a hairdresser, so they are providing a service, and they will do it to their best of ability. But it's not their hair that grows out of their head that they love. So every little strand that they just think, that doesn't matter. To you, it matters. No one's gonna love and appreciate the hair that you have on your head as much as you. So just make sure that you're trying to do your best to maintain it, to learn to learn what works for your hair. So to learn what sprays work for your hair, how many times you should wash it, how many weeks you need to do your reties, if you need to be, putting in protective styling, or watching out for things like lint at the back of your hair. No one's going to be caring about your hair in the way that you do. So really take time to examine it. So, go through and have a look and be like, there's a piece of fluff there, pick it out. Love your hair. You used to, when I was natural, I would wash it and detangle it and spend all that 2 hours, sometimes I would, detangle my hair before I got in the shower, get in the shower, wash my hair in sections because it was quite thick, detangle it in the shower with the conditioner, put it back in plaits, come out, take it out, my hair would get tangled again, I would tangle it again. These 2 hours of love and care. People just think, your hair's in locks, it's great. And it is great. It does stop some of that maintenance. However, you still need to make sure that you're looking after it. So you see the emphasis on take time, look after it, it's yours, love and embrace it. I think that's it. The last one I probably would say is, our hair's just amazing. Afro hair is just amazing. We can braid it, twist it, have it in coils, lock it, traditional locks, microlocs, sister locks. It's just shown me a whole year with no deep conditioner, no oils in my scalp, no like, you know, thick, you know, the lock method. My hair's just survived on water and it's literally flourishing. And it's just amazing like what it can do. And I'm just grateful that I did it now. I was contemplating waiting a few more years after my wedding because it's like, oh, do I want to be a lock bride? Am I going to look, will I look too mature? But no, I love it. Like, I just got a body. I love the colour that I put in it. And that's one of the other reasons I decided to lock, because I love colour, but colour doesn't love my hair when it's loose. For the first, year, it's fine. And then you start to see, it starts breaking, etc. I went to a professional hairdresser and got my hair balayage blonde 2 weeks before I locked my hair. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And you know what, this is a funny one, but I quite like, with the colour, you can kind of see the progress. Like when I look back at pictures and like, say example, the colour was, more up here, I'm like, oh my God, my hair's really growing, doesn't it? Like it's dropping. Because I mean, to be fair, when I first locked my hair, it probably was about similar length, but obviously it was straight. Because I think I had like maybe 9 inches of hair or so. But now curly, it's kind of sitting at the same length. However, it's a lot fuller. And yes, if I pull it, look, it's coming down my boobs. Slowly, slowly. So yeah, no, loving the journey. I just wanted to share that with everyone. I hope it was useful. I hope you found something, took some kind of gem out of what I've said and I've not just been rambling. If you have any questions about like my routine or what I do or any bits of advice you feel like I can give you, like please leave something in the comments. I also have another idea for a few more videos, maybe one showing you how I self-retighten, and another one of, since I've been locked a year, things I wish that I knew before I locked. Because the extent of my research was probably watching YouTube videos of people, their hair on day one and their hair on, year 1 and year 2 and year 3. I wasn't really looking at, the issues that you can have with locks and things that you really should know about whether or not you're ready to lock. I'm really glad I did it. I'm not saying that I'm not. Like, I love it. I love having my hair like this, and I'm just looking forward to it growing and getting thicker and, more colours on its way. Definitely. So if there's any questions you have, please let me know. Like, comment and subscribe, guys. This is my first ever video. Hopefully I can share some more tips and techniques and things I've learned along the journey. As I said, I am self-taught, but over the period of time, I've got a lot more confident and I am proud of my work because I am extremely thorough. And people that see my hair always say that it looks nice. Locticians that have retied my hair have, asked where I got it done. And when I say I've done it myself, like they're like, wow, like you've done a really good job. And the thing is, if I could go back with all I know now, like I would do what I would do to my hair, but I'm not cutting it off. I'm just going to enjoy it how it is. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day, evening, night, whatever you're doing. Yeah, lovely to speak to you all. All right, take care. Bye.